everyone, I'm Jalicia Rutino, a clinical site coordinator at the UC College of Nursing. In this video, I'll provide an overview of the elements needed for approval of future clinical activity. It's important to clarify that in preparation for intended clinical activity, both the preceptor and the site warrant review and approval. Preceptors will be reviewed based on the fulfillment of the following mandatory requirements. Please note that the preceptor must have current, active, unrestricted licensure with no restrictions or disciplinary actions in the state where your clinical experiences will be completed. The practitioner must be certified in their field of experience. They must hold a master's degree or higher. They must submit a CV or resume, a mandatory requirement for any nurse midwifery student preceptor, and an optional requirement for all other preceptors. Access to the preceptor application and additional preceptor requirement details are located on the clinical planning page of the College of Nursing website. Please note that in addition to the general requirements, there are population-specific and course-specific requirements that can also be found on the website. In addition to the preceptor application, another important element of the clinical planning process is the Affiliation Agreement. Although UC does not require affiliation agreement with any site, some sites require them. Once again, this information can be found on the clinical planning page under program-specific sections. As you're looking for clinical sites, ask if they require an affiliation agreement with UC. If they indicate that an agreement is needed, please let your clinical site coordinator know right away so we can begin executing the agreement. Waiting to inform us may delay the vetting and approval of the clinical site, which would affect your ability to start clinicals. UC College of Nursing has two different paths to execute an affiliation agreement. The first step for both paths is sending our agreement template, which has been vetted and approved by our general counsel, to the clinical site. If the clinical site agrees to the terms in our agreement, the process is usually very fast. If the clinical site needs to edit our template or use their own template, the edited or new agreement must be uploaded into our contract management system for review and negotiation by our general counsel. This process usually takes a minimum of 6 weeks to complete. The earlier you can loop the clinical site coordinators in the process, the higher your chances of getting the affiliation agreement executed in time for you to start your clinical.